The financial truth schools never teach us. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and Cashflow Quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki. By the end, you'll unlock a perspective most people miss completely. You won't just get the insights, you'll understand exactly why these two specific books are so incredibly powerful. Welcome to Leveraged Success, your personal self-growth channel for your health and wealth, for your better future self. When people talk about financial literacy books that completely changed how millions think about money, two books almost always come up: Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and Cashflow Quadrant, both by Robert Kiyosaki. The reason these books became so influential is because they challenged the traditional beliefs most people are raised with. Most people are taught that the path to financial security is simple: go to school, get good grades, get a stable job, work hard for decades, save money, and eventually retire. Kiyosaki argued that this system creates workers, not financially free people. It's a striking realization that despite years of formal education, we are never actually taught the mechanics of creating money or the blueprint for financial independence. Interesting, right? In Rich Dad, Poor Dad, the core lesson is not really about becoming rich overnight. It is about understanding how money actually works. The book compares two different mindsets. The poor dad represents the traditional middle-class mentality: work for money, depend on a paycheck, avoid risk, and believe job security is the safest path. The rich dad mindset focuses on acquiring assets, building businesses and systems, investing, making money work for you instead of constantly working for money yourself and clocking more hours. One of the most important concepts from the book is the difference between assets and liabilities. Kiyosaki explains that rich people buy assets that put money into their pockets, while most people buy liabilities they think are assets. A house, expensive car, luxury lifestyle, or constant debt payments may look successful from the outside. But if those things continuously take money away from you every month, they are liabilities. The wealthy focus on ownership, businesses, investments, real estate, systems, and cash flow producing assets. This is one of the biggest things most people never fully understand. They spend their lives increasing income, but never increasing ownership. They work harder, but they never escape dependency on their paycheck. If the paycheck stops, the entire structure collapses. That idea connects directly into Cashflow Quadrant. This book expands the philosophy by explaining the 4 ways people earn income. Kiyosaki divides society into 4 categories: employees, self-employed, business owners, and investors. While employees and the self-employed, left side of the quadrant, trade their personal time for a paycheck, business owners, right side of the quadrant, leverage scalable systems that generate revenue independently of their daily presence, ultimately buying back both their time and their freedom. The beauty of this framework is that you aren't locked into just one category. Anyone can transition from the left side to the right side over time, and plenty successful people even operate in all 4 quadrants simultaneously. Employees trade time for money and depend on wages. Self-employed people own their job, but often still trade their own time directly for income. Business owners create systems and teams that generate income even when they are not personally working every hour. Investors use capital to generate more capital, though it's a game that comes with a significant amount of risk. The reason this framework became so powerful is because it exposed something most people never consciously realize. Not all income is equal. 2 people can make the same amount of money, but one is trapped in endless labor, while the other builds scalable systems that continue generating wealth independently of their time. Kiyosaki argues that the wealthiest people in the world primarily operate on the right side of the quadrant. business ownership, and investing. The key to their success is building systems that create scalable leverage, allowing their money, and the people working for or with them, depending on the business model, to generate wealth. In contrast, most people stay on the left side their entire lives because society trains them to seek safety rather than ownership. To be clear, this isn't about being against formal education or downplaying traditional careers. Jobs and professions are absolutely vital for making a living. But this conversation is for the few who want more out of life. It's for those who are open-minded enough to explore new paths, keeping the security of their day job while quietly building something of their own on the side. Another major reason these books became legendary is because they introduced the idea that financial education is separate from academic education. Schools teach people how to become employees, but rarely teach taxes, investing, debt structures, entrepreneurship, cash flow, leverage, or financial psychology. Just ask yourself, did they ever teach you a single one of them? Millions of readers felt these books explained things they intuitively sensed but were never formally taught. What most people never figure out is that financial freedom is less about how much money you make and more about how your income is structured. A person earning a massive salary can still be financially trapped if they depend entirely on active labor and spend everything they earn. Meanwhile, someone with modest but consistent cash flow producing assets can have far more freedom and long-term stability. The deeper message behind both books is really about mindset transformation. Wealth is not only about money, it is about control over time, decisions, and dependency. Kiyosaki constantly emphasizes that fear keeps people trapped. Fear of losing money, fear of failure, fear of criticism, and fear of uncertainty. Because of that fear, many people stay in systems they secretly dislike for decades. These books also became controversial because critics argue that some of Kiyosaki's advice is oversimplified or risky. But regardless of the criticism, the cultural impact of these books is undeniable. They introduced millions to concepts like passive income, entrepreneurship, investing, leverage, and financial independence, long before those ideas became mainstream online. The reason people still talk about these books decades later is because they fundamentally changed the question people ask about money. Instead of asking, "How do I earn more?" they started asking, "How do I build systems and assets that create freedom?" And that is the lesson most people never truly learn. Most people spend their lives trying to survive financially. Very few learn how to design a financial life that no longer depends entirely on survival. Disclaimer: this video is for entertainment and educational purposes only, not financial advice. Success depends entirely on your individual effort and input, so always do your own research. We are not affiliated with these books or their authors. Thanks for watching Leveraged Success. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Who do you know that would love this video? Share this with them. Your support helps us keep creating, and we'd love to have you and your nearest and dearest as part of our growing community. See you in the next video. Every Sunday, 9 a.m. UK time.